Oh my goodness, we're live with episode 4. If you're joining us now, episode 4, everyone is here. I am Ghostblade to my right.
I'm Weekly's Death.
And I am Lionel.
And what should we get started with tonight, boys?
Well,
Honestly, I kind of want to leave the TV show that we watched last, so we could go ahead and do the movies now, and just go ahead and get those out of the way.
What, New Mutants?
New Mutants, Milan, and I did one just out of randomness, just kind of talk about it.
Which one?
Annabelle.
Oh.
It was
Oh.
I was just gonna kind of give my own personal opinion because I know not everyone's kind of into it, but it was actually a pretty well done movie for what it was.
all right.
So we can knock out the movies real quick, honestly.
I want to
before
knock
we get
out
into the animes.
Mulan fast, and there's a reason for that.
Okay, so first we'll do Mulan. So
Fuck, Mulan's boring. I didn't even finish it.
It definitely felt dragged out.
I watched 20 minutes of it. You look at my Disney Plus watch time of it, it is 20 minutes on the dot. And I said, okay, I'll give this 20 minutes. And 20 minutes, I was like, this is fuck boring. They did this movie wrong. Like
I don't blame you though. I don't blame you.
They kept the same plot. They did some of the same things, but they renamed everything. The only thing they kept that, in my opinion, from the cartoon one was the hair clip.
Yeah.
For one, the name Mulan and the plot of the father, but they did change up the lover, the enemy's names.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Shang wasn't even
A
thing.
general. Well, like he wasn't a captain anymore.
Well, he wasn't a character at all. Like, there was no such thing as Shang.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but even though the character was different, he was still there. Even though the name wasn't the same, he wasn't a captain. This, that, and the other.
He was just the other, figure, like kind of opposite to Mulan in a way.
Yeah.
I really wanted to give Mulan a try. I did going into it knowing it was bad because they didn't have Mushu or the Lucky Cricket. Even though I was told, because like whenever I clicked off the 20-minute mark, I was like, I'm just going to look up a review of this, and apparently there was an Easter egg for the cricket in there that they named some guy in there, Lucky, apparently, or something. Cricket.
Oh yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah. There was literally the one in the main group. His name was Lucky, or his name translated to Lucky in their native tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like even just the overall gist of the movie, it was good for what it was. It kind of had that 90s Chinese film style to it.
But they just ripped off the Mulan name. That's all it was, and
unfortunately, that's all movie making is nowadays.
Yeah,
so.
But like you look at other movies, like the perfect example is The Lion King. That live action,
wasn't a complete and total ripoff.
It wasn't a complete and total ripoff, but
that
was
one,
good.
So there's only two in my opinion that it has kept up to true of what the cartoon version is, and that is Beauty and the Beast and Lion King.
Yeah, but then the problem with that is that not even Lion King live action was well received, even if it was scene by scene the same.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, yes, we're talking about Mulan at the moment. But even then, it's kind of like, for the live action, this was just taken to a different view of what the Legend of Mulan was.
I'm just disappointed. Like,
for the live action, it definitely could have been better. But then at the same time, I can understand if that person decided to kind of go a different route with it.
Well, I know they did like some Easter eggs of the songs, and I know politically nowadays, some of the songs like the boot camp song, "Make a Man Out of You." I know politically that won't do too well today standards.
Depending on who was singing it, to be honest.
That is very true, but
there was only like 2 songs in the background that they used.
Yeah, it was Your Reflection, and then it was kind of
the very first one, the one where the one where she was getting for the matchmaker.
Yeah. Those were the only two, really.
And while I like the subtle hint of those, I mean, I don't know. I guess it was just too different for me.
Which I can agree with Mulan to me.
Yeah, which I can agree with because we grew up with the original Mulan, so
it does make me a little bit fearful for future Disney movies because they were planning on doing The Little Mermaid. And I'm speaking on this behalf of my sister, who is a huge Little Mermaid fan. I'm not ready to hear her whine about how they ruined Ariel. Fuck.
Yeah.
But
at this point, I think the general audience is sick of all these live action. They just bring back more originals now. That's what people are begging for at this point.
Like, honestly, I would prefer just to see you carry on the same story.
Yeah.
Just more into the future of it. But then the next one was New Mutants.
I can see why a lot of people hated that movie.
I could, too. But it was, in my opinion, it was kind of a nice, different pace to it because it wasn't your traditional, we're going to follow the X-Men, this, that, and the other kind of thing.
Oh, my God, but the pace wasn't even that good either.
It was so slow, and it didn't feel like they focused on the main character that much. It felt like they focused more on I don't remember her name. You know her. She was the chick that has the ability to go
to like
the dimensions between hell.
Limbo.
Yeah, limbo.
She goes to go in limbo, and then she has like this magical arm with a sword. I don't remember her name completely because I don't read too much up on the X-Men. I've only seen her a few times when she's crossed over within like the Avengers stuff and things like that.
Yeah.
She's cool, but like she really didn't seem, I guess the points when I see her, she wasn't really that messed up in the head.
Yeah.
Like she seemed she had more control of herself.
The Flame dude, I felt like he was the most least used person.
He almost felt useless in a way.
I called him in my head the Human Torch, honestly.
Basically what he was.
I don't think his name was ever said once in the movie.
Roberto.
It was. Did they say his name?
Yeah, he was like from Britain.
Oh, yeah.
Roberto.
So underused that I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, and the other ones just kind of felt like they were just there. They like didn't really have like any true meaning to the story.
Do you think oh my God, why is this so hard? Danny and the other chick's name or relationship was a little forced. Do you think that was forced? I don't know. I
didn't feel like it was really forced, but I felt like it was just kind of random. It wasn't really needed, to be honest.
It was kind of random. It feels like it was just shoot in there just for the sake of it.
Yeah, like I don't feel like it was forced, but it was definitely just kind of thrown in there with the whole thing.
Yeah.
Which kind of made it a little hard.
I knew I had a bad feeling as soon as she pulled her from the bell tower. As soon as she pulled her in, and then the way they shut it down, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Something's gonna come out of this.
But that's really it that I had on New Mutants towards my opinion.
Yeah, it was a very...
It was slow, yeah. But to me, it was kind of a nice change of pace from the whole X-Men thing because you can only watch that so many times.
I'm not going to say it's underdeveloped. It was just done poorly.
Yeah.
I wish that they did a lot better. It focused... Shit. I don't know how many
Get your words together.
I don't know how many times we've seen the dude who does like the burst ability, his flashback, and it's just like,
Well, his then the blonde chick where we were constantly seeing like the monsters with the mask face and stuff like that. So, I don't know.
I would say it's barely a one-time watch, to tell you the truth.
I guess depending on person because like the new generation,
if you're
they
a super hardcore
probably
fan of like that kind of stuff, go ahead. But like, I'm not, and I'm like,
yeah. Annabelle.
That's all you, bro.
I know. That's all you.
I
just watched that without us.
Well, I watched it because I watched his other two films and they're actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
This one kind of dealt more towards racialism, kind of what's going on. But instead of showing what normally happens It's a group of people that reenact the Civil War, and they kidnap people and they take them to this camp area, basically, which was supposed to be their base. And they're almost kind of like living back in the Civil War time instead of current. So, like, it was shot pretty good. There's probably a few things I would have changed and done a little different to make it better. But for what it was actually pretty well done. Yeah. The story, it shows you what's going on. Just the overall gist of it, though, that was kind of like its main thing is just kind of towards the racialism, unfortunately. But for what it was actually a pretty good story. I would say give it a watch. If y'all have seen the other two movies that it ties in with, or at least in the same universe, but
is it really all same universe?
It's supposed to be in the same universe as
weren't they all
Us and Get Out.
Weren't they all like in different time periods?
Yeah, but this Antebellum actually deals with current time. The only difference is that these people are using a old Civil War area where they do reenactments.
Yeah.
And no one knows this is going on until the main chick that you kind of follow goes like right back into it. Or basically escapes. Like she kills the general, all this, that, and the other, and then she kind of goes right into it. Yeah. So I would say watch it. It was pretty good for what it was, but with everything that's going on, I know it's kind of a touchy subject. But I guess into anime now.
Yep.
A lot of good episodes today. A lot of good episodes.
Last week was very underwhelming. It was a bunch of filler last week.
Yeah, this week we got to see a lot of people, a lot of stuff happen, a lot of information. Mm-hmm. Overall, it was just a great week.
There was like one or two animes that was like still kind of filler, in my opinion, like Boruto and I'm not going to say Noblest, but it kind of felt like it at a point.
Because it also felt pretty informational, and it kind of led into like maybe the next arc.
Yeah.
So, which was kind of cool to see. I guess just to start off, how to pick up a girl in a dungeon.
Well, at least we talked about last week that me and you, Ghostblade, were talking about how we weren't going to give our opinion on the blue magic swords until we saw them in action. We did see them in action this week.
We did.
Honestly, I thought they were going to do something cooler, but they were just simple ice swords.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but unfortunately, it is what it was.
Yeah, so. But he made it when Wealth made them, like he announced them. He made them see like, oh, this is my greatest work ever. And I know that his past, like he didn't really like to do magic swords well, like at all. Like he hated doing them, but like if you're gonna know something that amazing, like I kind of wanted them to do something more with it than just being ice swords that freeze things.
Yeah, but it doesn't freeze them completely because it took two people to freeze the dwarf, but he's still not completely frozen. One person froze his legs, the other one froze his weapon.
Yeah, he was like mid-swing when they froze his arm and
it
weapon.
Was at range with these swords that we got to see him.
Yeah. And
we could see the plan that everybody apparently knows happened, and it's working out pretty well until
Weena.
Yeah, she gets separated from the whole group
because of the dwarf.
Because of plot. Because of plot.
Yeah. You always got that plot.
No, I think what was funny is the Belle's interaction with all the females.
Yeah, that was
funny. They all came one by one because of course I think he has like 8 females that like him, if I remember correctly.
Basically.
There's the
it's
4 in his group, and I guess Weena now, so that's 5. And all those that showed up.
What about the maid girl?
Yeah, that's also. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, I think that's 8. Then I'm probably miscounting something, but that's like 8 or 9 girls that like him, and they all have to be associated with him some way, one way or another.
Yeah, but other than that, it was actually a pretty good episode in this one because now we're also getting to see 2 Mastered Swords fighters fight. But even though we really didn't get to see them fight this episode,
we just know what's happening next episode.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm standing on 1,000,000 lives for the next one.
It was definitely a flashback episode for everybody.
It was. I kind of felt like we already had one of these, but the girl with the glasses wasn't part of the group, so we kind of got to see hers a little bit.
We didn't see anything from her.
We didn't.
No. All she kept blabbing about is about the dating sim game that she always keeps playing.
Yeah.
That's all she kept blabbing about.
She was the only one that we didn't get like a flashback from. I
don't think she has much of a background so far.
I think she was the one that gave up first, to tell you the truth. A lot of them did give up on the trip because of the snow.
Yeah.
The one dude fucking dies.
Yeah, he dropped through the snow.
Yeah.
But did they all die? The question of the day is, did they all die? That's literally what the anime left off. Did they all die? Or is somebody barely alive that can finish the mission?
Yeah.
I'm going to guess is the, oh my God. God, why I'm so bad with names? God, Japanese names can be so hard to remember.
You remember when we talked about taking notes? This one would be good for notes.
No, I'm not gonna take notes of all these names because then I'll keep messing up who was who from name to name. The pink hair chick, the warrior. I think she's gonna be the one pulled through.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. That's my theory.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, then who do you want to pull through then?
Well, like I feel like they're all gonna die somehow.
But
if anyone pulls through, I see she will finally have her moment, and she actually pulls through.
Yes.
Like I see her doing, like I guess the most on this one, maybe, because she hasn't really done much of anything throughout the whole anime so far. Besides in the village when she saved the kids.
Honestly, we never got an update on those villagers.
No, we didn't. So
probably won't for a while since their main quest right now is to unlock 5% of the map.
Which begs to question how big is this world to only cover 5% of it, which means they're gonna be there for a long while. My goodness.
Essentially, that just says it's planned for more seasons.
Basically.
I mean, it did just started, yeah.
Each anime is about 12 episodes at the moment, so
yeah,
depending on the anime. So that one, I don't know. We'll see what happens next week because this week just kind of felt like another filler, like it's been the last few weeks.
Yeah.
The day I became a god.
I'm confused about this anime so far.
I think it has come down to the point where this whole charade about being a god and everything, I think it's just been like an illusion to her.
Yeah.
And now that she has realized, everyone now that has realized that about this chip in her head, about the professor, Dr. Kogiro, something he did about her Lobo syndrome with this chip has prevented her to live, and now she's being targeted because they're afraid of what that computer can do.
Yeah,
the humanity would not understand.
Yeah, and then the organization that she was basically talking to, it's like kind of curious on what that is. If it's like a whole bunch of
that was no, she wasn't talking about the organization. That was like one of the scenes that they were going back and forth about when the CEO mentioned the higher ups of what to do with her.
Yeah,
and that's when they all approved for the capture of Hina because they want to capture her or like study her.
They practically did no fight capturing her, honestly.
No, like he tried to run, and then that was about it.
He ran 20 feet, and then he was like, "I'm done. I want to confess my love. Like, this is not the time."
Yeah, no. You could have done that, like, hidden. Mr. Suhiki, if that's how you pronounce it. The
Suzuki.
hacker, yeah, the hacker
He's
kid.
literally the motorcycle.
Yeah.
That motorcycle brand name. Suzuki.
His backstory was interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool. We actually finally got to like get some information on him.
Honestly, I seen that.
I know that side.
It's just that I seen that backstory so many times. I mean, I'm not gonna say
it's overused.
That it is overused, but can they have not picked a better backstory for? I mean, you know what? I'm not even gonna talk about it. Because I'm gonna overcomplicate things, and then I'm gonna regret it about it later. I'm not even gonna talk about it.
We basically don't have enough time to talk about how much you hate that kind of backstory.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into it. Point is, parents sucked. Whatever. Those parents were horrible.
Shocking. Parents were shitty, and the dude became a god at something.
Yeah.
Anything else from y'all?
That's pretty much all my notes on it.
Yeah. I guess we do Noblest next.
Noblest.
Just more background on Frankenstein at that point.
It was like
we had 2 episodes about Frankenstein's little arc.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who he was.
But his backstory did take 5 years, in which it was very short. It was kind of his weapon's getting better, but it's still basic.
Yeah, it still is. Like, it has no true form to it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, because it's been revealed he doesn't even have full control of his power yet.
Yeah.
He uses for too long. Yeah, the weapon is still basic looking, but I think that will get better if he actually has full control of it.
Yeah, but this was like 5 years ago of this episode. It was his flashback of like him being a maid to one of the clan dudes' brother, was it? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, for the most part. I know, it was kind of, I guess to me it was kind of weird on how the reason he's living is because he has a blood pact with the main character.
Raziel.
That wasn't even his consent.
And you bugged me about names. At least I know some names. These important ones.
At least you can actually pronounce it. I'm not going to try and butcher the hell out of the names.
That's kind of what happens when you watch only Japanese versions, which,
Unfortunately, we're stuck that way. So
yeah.
Until America comes like even with Japan on the days that it's supposed to be released, and we actually get the English versions.
I mean,
fortunately,
My Hero Academia is doing that.
Yeah, because Funimation is probably the only one
out of so many.
But it's a start.
It's a start.
Yeah, I think Funimation, is one of the few that do that professionally.
It is a start, but it's not happening anytime soon.
If they get something big like Dragon Ball, then damn.
Well, even then, not even the dub can be reliable on names because some of them butcher the names. Oh my god, some of the common people butcher some names, and it makes me sick.
You and me are just still mad about what happened with the Pride Trooper, Topo.
Because that doesn't make any sense. What is
do you know about this?
No.
So you remember Topo, the dude with the slaying mustache.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
In English version, his name is Top.
It's basic easy, and it's no way to butcher the hell out of the name.
Yeah.
But how hard is it to say topo? Like,
to some people, when you're like in it and trying to read a script to the lips of the character, sometimes it can be pretty hard.
no, you're making it sound way too complicated than what it needs to be. Oh my god.
Okay, I want to see you get in a studio room and try and do that.
I probably would if I could, because I would actually like to voice over a character. That sounds amazing.
I would love to see you try that.
Maybe I will one day.
Gosh.
Gosh, Dad.
I didn't ask to be a part of this family.
Unfortunately, we don't get to pick our family.
Top. Oh my god.
Fuck, what were we? Were we still talking about Nobilis?
Yeah, I think we're done on that one.
Yeah.
Because with this one, it was just basically a filler. Then basically the high clan leader was just basically telling his son and the girl that was with his son basically saying, you know what, live as long as you can happy before you end up taking my place.
Yeah.
So it was good overall, and it was interesting to see what basically happens. So
yeah.
Boruto or Digimon next?
I feel like Boruto would be faster, honestly.
Yeah, because there wasn't really much in this one. So
all it was just fucking Naruto's kind of a prick, to tell you the truth.
why?
How?
Okay, so at the end with the blimp, all he sees the entire kids just like fucking struggling getting that hot air balloon
Because
down. He's just standing there like, yeah, you fucking pull that balloon, little bitches. I'm the fucking Hokage in this shit.
He's
my son's there and he's still injured. Fucking pull that ungrateful shit.
Because he's a strong believer of just let them do their own thing. You know, gotta solve your own problems.
It's how you had to live his whole life, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate on one of those things, but it's there. So
it was kind of a pointless episode talking about the gates because like
well, no, I mean it's pretty important.
It's important, but like, come on, would Naruto really shut the gates?
If it was a serious problem, yes. If it was a very serious problem,
the thing is that no one knows when it's truly going to happen. So, as a result, he chose not to do it for right now and wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
And everyone's just going to have to stay on high alert without anyone in the village knowing, basically.
Yeah.
So, it is unfortunately what it is. So
I like Denki's experiment trying to go Wi-Fi around the world. Oh my god.
With the whole radio frequency?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically Wi-Fi. I mean, yeah, it's not.
Denki just wants porn.
Porn.
I mean,
never got the magazines and all that shit. But the oh my god, now I'm losing track of it because of you.
Yeah, and that's somehow my fault, huh?
Yes, it always is your fault. Oh my god. To have communications around the world is gonna be amazing to see. Hopefully it can be worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
But oh my god. I was about to say about how Victor's alive. Oh my god. How is this old bastard still alive? Didn't he get he got
eaten
by that divine tree, which by theory it should have absorbed over his chakra like that.
Should have.
And they're probably throwing like plot like he's a shadow clone.
Yeah.
If he was a shadow clone, he should not have been able to battle the way he battled during that time.
I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff that's not traditional to Naruto in this, so it's gonna be kind of interesting how they explain how he's alive and everything.
Yeah.
So.
I guess Digimon.
Sorry. Everyone's finally back together. It's like one of the main things.
I cannot tell you how many times I've counted, like during the fight scene, that they've reused like the same fighting screens
Unfortunately, it's the way to save budget.
Yeah. I've lost count of how many times they did that this episode.
You should know that by now. Dragon Ball does that shit all the time.
I know Dragon Ball does it all the time, but like
Dragon Ball is like the main prime example on that one.
Yeah. But like there's so many times I saw that lion dude's fist in the same pose. I was like, okay. He fired.
Budget restrictions, my guy. What can you do about it?
Yeah.
It's like
it's how it is, but
unfortunately to probably even save the same budget, you could probably make like a different angle. But even then, that's what more can you do other than move the angle a little bit and just.
Honestly, to be honest, the fight with all the water monsters just seemed random to me. I know they were in that situation with the bows on the real world, but like with the whole infestation of those little ones. But the one with the serpents, it just seemed just out of nowhere. To be honest, like did they really have to fight those serpents?
I mean, you were surprised with the one that ate the other Digimon.
Well, yeah, that was cool and all, but then it just turned into a whole fight for no damn reason. Just because, like, it ate it and it evolved. It's like, oh my god, and it literally called out, there's food here. There's food. Let's kill these fuckers.
Kind of has a point on that one, though.
Yeah, it's true.
Ty's sister finally joined the group, too.
Finally. But where's her Digimon?
I feel like what was at the ending with the clouds and the black lightning, I feel like that's going to have something to do with it because I feel like that's going to lead into a new arc here soon.
Most likely, yeah.
Because
maybe it's the one that called her. Like she kept saying, I was called.
Yeah, so like it definitely be. It looks like it's going into a new arc, and then maybe they have to find hers.
Maybe. But no, I mean that's it. I got nothing else besides.
I know you're not fully caught up too.
I'm not, there's probably no way I can catch up. I'm just gonna have to watch where I am with you guys and just keep going with that.
Well, honestly, like other than they showed it Antimon, which is the fusion of Metal Garurumon and War Greymon together.
Whoa. What?
Antimon? The Digimon with War Greymon and Metal Garurumon's heads as hands, and he had the white cape, and he was white with the horns.
Yeah, but it was like, wasn't it like, it wasn't Metal Greymon. It was just regular Greymon.
War Greymon and Metal Garurumon.
But he hasn't even gone to War Greymon.
But that was the thing.
Oh, that was because the fusion is supposed to be way later.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's like, other than they just hinting, like, they briefly showed him to clear out the first evil Digimon that we see.
Because that fusion was from, like, that movie when they actually, the first time.
Yeah, the first time we actually seen it was the very first Digimon movie ever.
No. There was different movies. Not the first movie, but there was, like, a different movie after that first movie. There's been like multiple movies.
The first Digimon movie was about the second Digidestined with the Digi-Eggs.
I thought the first one was literally about Greymon like destroying Tokyo. Like it was like a Godzilla movie.
That was a little mini short story in front of...
That was a short movie? That was short?
Yes. It was on the same movie, but it was a short that led into
it's been a while.
That one where they were going after that virus.
It's been a while, but yeah, it's foggy memories.
That was the first Digimon movie ever.
But yeah, that fusion, it was...
That was the only time we ever seen it. It was never canon until they did the recent movies where... to finally get a final evolution. So as far as we ever seen War Greymon and Metal Garurumon get is that.
Yeah.
And now with these 7 movies that they did called Digimon Adventure Try or something like that, there's 7 movies in total. This last movie shows a final evolution.
Was it the one where they were all grown up?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
This is supposed to be like a final boss, I guess, that finally closes the real world and the Digi world altogether, to where they kind of go back to their own lives in a way. Basically, from what I'm hinting, because they only have a certain amount of time with their Digimon now.
Yeah.
From what I've been seeing at the trailers and kind of getting the general gist of the story. But I would have to get the complete set because I want to see the actual fight scene with the final evolutions. So.
Well, then go get it.
Yeah,
well,
pick it
I
up.
would have to find it.
I'm sure.
But that's all I really had on Digimon. Because the other two is either Fire Force or Ruby.
Fire Force.
Fire Force, yeah.
I kind of figured that one.
Temaki.
Finally.
Yes.
Finally, some character development.
Yes.
Honestly, yeah.
Her whole cat thing towards the end. That was just...
She got like basically 2 transformations in like one episode.
Yeah.
Well, from what Obi was saying, like he's saying, like after the whole game of tag, he's saying that she's been suppressing her powers for a long time. So she's had this power for a long time. It's just that she's just now motivated to be stronger.
And so maybe that's what it took to wake it?
Yeah, I mean, basically, now that she has the motivation to actually get stronger, her true colors are finally showing on her powers.
I did feel really bad for her with her backstory of like the whole whole thing,
her lore.
Yeah,
yeah,
and like the fucking high school women are bitches.
Typical high school women.
Yeah, and then like she was just like, it's just easier for me to sit in the corner when I eat. Like, and Shiro was like, "Fuck that, I'm sitting in the corner with you."
Basically,
yeah.
That was just a basic thing.
Shira in author's training is going to be the best thing ever. They're basically just cooking them.
Yeah, they're literally getting cooked like a pig.
Yeah.
No, the whole point is to get them to their limits to awaken whatever this hysterical strength is.
Yeah, which from the 5th company leader said it was...
7.
The chick.
Oh.
Hibana.
Yeah, Hibana. When she got all flustered when the one dude was like, "Is this your girlfriend?" She was like, "Oh, nothing else matters."
Yeah. Sorry.
When she explained that hysterical strength was just a last ditch effort deal.
Honestly, it kind of sounded like a Super Saiyan power up.
It's
basically
it did
basically.
And the fact that it's called hysterical strength doesn't help either.
It
really doesn't. It really doesn't. I can't go anywhere else other than that. So,
but I did like how they're finally getting into the conversation of doppelgangers, because I talked to you about this, like when I looked up a little bit, because I wanted to understand the world a little bit more. Like I was like when we first watching this on the first season, I feel like so clueless about this world, and then when I started digging around the internet about how this world works, and found out about the doppelgangers, and that now they're finally getting into it. I'm like, oh my god, yes, more info on that shit, please.
Yeah, because like they briefly mentioned it, and then they briefly mentioned it again now. So maybe we can finally see it some more.
I mean, we kind of saw it with the lieutenant of the 7th.
Well, yeah, it's just I think that's when it got mentioned again because he told us what happened to his arms.
Yeah.
That's when we kind of got a little bit of a taste about a doppelganger, and then this one actually showed it.
Yeah.
But, you know, it would be kind of interesting to get more information on that one more than anything.
What do you think of the twins' power?
The whole Fox thing?
Yeah.
I like it. It's pretty cool. I did like the little fusion thing that they did where they turn into like one, what they call it, Mother Fox or something. Yeah. I liked it. The twins was always a great power.
And then Tamaki using a fire Rasengan. I don't care what you called it. It looked exactly like a Rasengan. You'll fight.
Well, the way she was holding it, it could be debatable on what you call it.
And the way she used it. And then the way she used it.
It could have been Street Fighter. Could have been Dragon Ball. It could have went towards a lot of stuff.
If it's anime, is Rasengan. That is the.
I have to agree with Ghostblade on this because if it's a ball, it's a Rasengan. If it's a beam, it's
this has been talked about for years now. Ever since that thing has been introduced.
Yeah.
I just saying I can see a lot more memes than just besides those two.
And it will be Rasengan.
I can see a Street Fighter meme. I can see a whole bunch of other memes. Like, am I wrong?
You're not wrong, but like there's a lot of people that simplify it.
I leave it as there.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see what she did because she finally is getting some character development. It's actually nice to actually see something for once.
Saw that fucking prick, Rucko or something, the dude with the stars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw him again.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Fuck him.
So the last one is for anime Ruby.
Oh my god. What an episode.
The Penny's fight against
Cinder
was amazing.
It was.
I'm sorry, that was just not one of the best fights, but it was definitely
as for maiden fights with Cinder, Cinder versus Raven is still the best.
Yeah, that takes
that's still the best
cake.
one. By far.
Yeah, but like this was a good fight. Fuck.
Come on, man.
Penny had basically one job to do was just make sure the tower got its message all the way through, and then of course.
Well, that's not her fault.
Yeah, that one's not her fault.
It's not her fault, but there's no reason a sword that's no longer connected to her turns her off.
But like he said, unfortunately, her power runs through all of her blades.
Yeah.
Even if they're not connected. So because that sword was
which is a fucking stupid design.
Unfortunately, plot is plot.
Yeah.
Even though how much we hate it. Plot is plot.
That is true. We get to see not all the characters, but a lot of characters we've not seen since season 3.
So, because we get to see them, how many of them do you think might actually show up to help?
Professor Goodwitch and
that was her name?
No, I'm talking about the coffee dude and the dude with the mustache.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I cannot remember their names. I just remember Professor Goodwitch and Doctor or something.
But they weren't even shown.
They weren't shown, but the last time we saw them was like before Yang put her arm on.
Yeah. At their place.
Yeah.
And then we get to see their dad again. We get to see their first professor.
I shouldn't have told you to go back and look at the credits because Ruby and Yang's dad was voiced by Bernie Burns, and he's not at Rooster Teeth anymore. You could tell that's not Bernie Burns, but I did not see who was the actor of Tai Yang now.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done that. Damn.
Well, even I could tell something was different off his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even I could tell him like.
Got to see his Y again.
I kind of feel like not everyone, but a good majority of like the people that played a major part.
I'm happy we finally got to see the witch from the teacher. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, she was cool to see again. The comic book guy from the very first opening.
Yeah,
was cool to see, even though he's just kind of an iconic character at this point.
Sun and Mercury.
Yeah.
Even though they have 2 other teammates, and they're just like, fuck them.
What did happen to their teammates?
Yeah,
they had the one dude with the sword time, and the other one was a pirate. I remember that.
He was pirate related, yes.
Yeah, he was the one voiced.
We don't know what happened to him because like a lot of the other students that they went to the school with, we don't even know what happened. Oh my god,
they need to bring some of those students back. They feel like so unused now.
Like the guy with the trumpet, he was actually really cool.
No, he was back. He was one of the ones that were in the Atlas training.
Yeah,
in the Atlas Academy. Remember
the girl that had the rainbow powers, the Faunus girl, the monkey.
The music team.
Yeah.
The music team. All of them were at the Atlas Academy training.
We're talking about like other teams, like Sun's team. We know Mercury is safe. There's Coco's team.
Yeah, Coco. Like they have not been mentioned at all.
Yeah, there's one girl I'm surprised she was not mentioned. She was in season 3, she was part of Atlas. She was the girl with Penny during the Vital Festival. And I only remember that because I saw...
was it like her bodyguard?
No, it wasn't her bodyguard. It was like her teammate. She just constantly went like this shit throughout season 3. She was like, Penny, we're on a time frame.
Wasn't that basically like her bodyguard?
I think so, maybe.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it was actually a pretty good episode all the way around.
Salem did not look too worried about the message going through about her presence. She was just there petting her favorite pet, Tyrion. Just fucking giving him pet heads.
Yeah, that's basically how it looked.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, the River of Grimm that was leading to the city.
That was a little scary.
Was.
That's unexpected, but honestly, it's just like another one. All right, now we got this problem we got to solve. Just throw it in there.
Like, damn it. When can we stop cleaning up bullshit?
Because we see that, though, I feel like if not everyone, like maybe 75% of the people might show back up.
It won't be this season.
No, it would definitely be like next season because I feel like this is just going to lead up to like.
Oh my God! How long do you intend this Atlas arc to go?
Well, Atlas is so far away, and it did take Ruby and the others not long, but it took them a good amount of time to get to Atlas because they had problems because Atlas did close off its borders, and now since they're in martial law, definitely there's going to be a harder time getting to Atlas, and then
he's not wrong.
Beacon still is fucked up. Mistral is fucked up because I'm pretty sure they still don't have a headmaster. And Vacuo, fuck. I think Vacuo is going to be the only thing that helps out next season.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. That was really it.
Yeah, that is it for anime.
Yeah, I feel like at the end for this one though, on Ruby towards the end, like everyone would show up, and then that's when it'll end to maybe the last final season or maybe second to last.
Well, we don't know when the season ends.
Yeah.
Well, not season, series, because like you were talking about earlier that they're going to take a season break.
Yeah, mid-season break.
Yeah.
After episode 7-ish aired.
And we just watched 5 that came out today, so.
Yep.
And I don't know how much that they plan on doing for Ruby, since of course Montiom's pretty much been dead for a while. And
at this point they're just going with whatever feels right for the plot.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to end Ruby anytime soon because
the only way this is going to end is with the
if something else becomes popular on Rooster Teeth.
Oh, no, not that. The ending is probably going to be related to when the Brothers of Light and Dark show up.
Yeah,
probably. Well, we'll just have to wait and see.
And Team Ruby has the maiden powers.
Yeah,
all Team Ruby.
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't doubt it.
Like, we already know how fucking...
How confident are you still about the Grimpira?
Grimpira?
Yeah.
Oh, I want that. That's been in rumor for so long. And then, of course, fuck, what volume was it? I think it was like volume 5 or 4, where like Raven talked about that she saw people come back from the dead.
Yeah.
And we still have not seen it. Closest thing to Back to the Dead we've seen is fucking Cinder's arm coming back.
Basically. Alright, so we basically got 10 minutes. Last thing is Mandalorian.
Do I need to step back for you? Do I need to give you space? Oh my goodness.
All right. Nothing else in your lives matter now.
Okay.
I got your references. I have watched this episode 3 times now, and I will watch it more.
The only thing I have to say
Best choose your words lightly here.
Fucking Boba Fett.
Yes.
He is back.
Tamura, I think that's how I'm saying his name right. Tamura Morrison.
Yeah.
The guy who played Jango Fett, the face for the clones. I think he voiced a couple clones. I'm pretty sure he didn't voice all of them in the Clone Wars. And now he's Boba Fett. And we get to see him in Mandalorian armor once again. I was jumping for joy when I saw the Slave One, and I scared the shit out of your girlfriend when the Slave One came up.
Yeah.
Like when the Slave One came on screen, I was like, yeah. I fucking saw your girlfriend go like, oh shit. Fucking me screaming like a little girl with my head off.
Well, we were all pretty happy when Boba Fett showed back up.
Yeah.
And especially his ship too. So it was just, it was great because he's such an iconic character.
Destroyed stormtroopers without his fucking armor.
Once a badass is always a badass.
Yeah, and then then he got his armor, fucking just straight up alpha killing motherfuckers. I am happy that they did something. His knee rockets.
Yes.
That was an original design for Boba Fett that George Lucas scrapped in the 70s, and they decided to bring it in here.
Oh, wow.
Well, the reason he probably scrapped it, though, was he probably could never get it to work properly.
Yeah.
So it was just because our technology got so much better.
One thing I do hate
got
about
better.
George Lucas is he never did intended for Boba Fett to become such a popular character as he is. But
well,
then,
unfortunately, Boba Fett just became popular all on his own.
Yeah, I don't think he intended a lot of characters to be as popular today.
Yeah, but how he went on with them was so fucking stupid. It was like, let's make Jango Fett, but let's have Jango Fett and Boba Fett not Mandalorians at the same time. And then somebody just said, you know what, fuck you, George Lucas, we're doing this our own way. So then they finally explained how Jango Fett got his armor. They just said that Jango Fett was a foundling, like Mando was.
Yeah.
Which is great because like George Lucas always said like they're not Mandalorians. Well, guess what? They are now, fucker.
They're Mandalorians. They just don't follow the
code.
creed or the code or whatever you want to call it. So
yeah, and I did find a few Easter eggs that Boba did that Jango did. There was a scene. There was a scene in episode 2 where he killed a Jedi that was about to attack Dooku on the balcony on Geonosis.
Yeah.
And Jango did like this pistol troll thing. Boba did that in this episode.
Okay.
And there's a line, I have it here, and that's the only reason why I have it here, because I'm not going to fucking butcher it. Jango one time said to Obi-Wan when he was interrogating him about his, if he's been to Coruscant lately. And Jango said, I'm a simple man making his way in the galaxy. Boba says the same exact line to Mando. Whenever he asked him, are you Mandalorian? And he just said, I'm a simple man making his way in the galaxy.
Yeah, I remember that because that was like such a iconic thing.
Yeah.
I didn't piece it together to that specifically, but I remember that line.
Yeah. But the fight scenes,
Was that all the Easter eggs?
Yeah, that's all the Easter eggs I could find. If there's more, I obviously didn't look too deep into it, but fuck you.
Okay, he says no need to get hostile.
I'm not serious. No, but the fight scene against the stormtroopers was so well put together. It was gorgeous. It was beautifully well put together.
Still can't hit shit. Still couldn't hit shit.
What I really
the
they
only
were hitting,
thing
they were hitting Mandalorian. They were hitting Mando, but they weren't hitting anything else. But unfortunately, his armor is unbreakable. So
honestly, any opportunity that they can always show off how good his armor is at deflecting shit, they'll always do it no matter what.
Well, yeah. I just hate that they still show the joke of that stormtroopers can't hit anything, and it's so annoying.
What? It's so funny. It's like a running gag now. It's funny as hell.
It's sadly true.
Remember how
it's sadly true, but at some points it's just like, come on, like you got to have that one really good stormtrooper.
No, the stormtroopers. They're pawns.
They're little idiots. Like the with Fennec Sean coming back, there was the scene with The Rock.
Stormtroopers were never meant to be even taken seriously in the first place, like at all.
Yeah, that like good point. Whenever Fennec Shaw like kicked down the Rock, and the fucking Rock was like running over stormtroopers, and there was a one stormtrooper just on a fucking turret, just fucking blasting it. They're like, "Don't worry, guys, it's killing y'all, but I'll blast Rock still into it."
Yeah. Well, no, that was just funny to see, to be honest.
It will always be funny.
Fennec Shaw is a terrible sniper, by the way. There were so many fucking support troops that she could have just taken out. There was like, oh, it's 2 people building a gun there. I want to continue to shoot at the people shooting at me, not the gun. There's a mortar group there. I'm not going to shoot the mortar group. Like,
honestly, I think that was probably one of my favorite scenes, is actually seeing a different colored trooper.
The
for
orange
once.
one, yeah.
It was just, it was so nice to see.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we know there's a different color trooper suits for different things, and we never saw them throughout the movies, and we finally get to see it.
Yeah.
Like, they're bringing a lot of stuff that was either that was in the cartoons or in the game's canon, and now they're finally bringing it into live action light. And I don't know, it was cool. Because it was nice to see something other than just pure white all the time.
Well, now we have a pure black trooper called the Dark Troopers that took Grogu.
Yeah. Were they called Dark Troopers?
Yeah, they're called Dark Troopers.
Yeah.
He literally sent out the Dark Troopers, and they're all robotic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're not even people.
It almost sounded like Death Trooper, but
I'm kind of disappointed in them, honestly. I was expecting something cool.
Well, they didn't really get a chance to do much.
All they did was just fly and land and
just get
the
Grogu
child.
Get out, because that was the whole point. Get Grogu get out.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll have more of an impact towards the end. Of course,
they got to, because like there was a lot of emotional scenes towards the end. There was of course the Razor Crest got destroyed.
Oh my god, yes.
Mando grabbing
that felt so. Ball. That felt like it hit me in the fucking chest. That Razor Crest, like after it's always been through this entire season.
Yeah,
with the ice cave and like the
fishing planet.
Yeah, the Mon Calamari, they barely fixed it up, and like a piece of shit thing. After all it's been through, and it just got fixed, fairly brand new.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna destroy it. Boom. Okay, sure.
Yeah, but they did go through a lot of emotional deal with the little ball from the Razor Crest, and then Mando going to the town. I don't remember the town's name, and he went to the sheriff. Was like, yeah, they got the kid. All right, let's murder fuckers.
Fuck the rules. We're gonna get this kid.
Yeah.
And then the ultimate team up that we're probably gonna get to see for a little bit.
Mando and Boba.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think
somebody pointed out, like I saw like a meme screenshot of like of all these people we see, like, oh my god, they're building a Star Wars Avengers.
We're practically gonna get that because like we know Bo-Katan is looking for the Darksaber, and now Thorn or fucking the main bad dude.
Yeah.
What?
The main Empire dude.
Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
Who are you trying to say?
I don't fucking know. He has the child and he has the Darksaber. Both things that could get Bo-Katan and Mando together. So we could see Bo-Katan and Boba and Mando fight the Empire.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I want that. I want that bad.
Who do you think we're missing something about Grogu? What Grogu did?
I'm wondering
was he able to like see anybody, or anyone was able to actually feel his presence?
He had to have felt Luke, because Luke is strong in the Force.
People were speculating Luke. Some people are saying Mace Windu. I'm like, okay, now you're just being crazy. People still believe he's alive.
He dead as fuck.
People still believe he's alive.
He lost an arm and he was thrown off a cliff.
Well, when you start going into Star Wars logic, that like, does anyone really truly die that easily?
The Jedi.
Anybody.
Plo Koon.
Plo Koon.
He died during 66. He was Ahsoka's like favorite Jedi.
Well, that was unnecessary death. But I'm just saying, like it's
main characters.
I'm just saying the concept of death in the Star Wars universe is never really simple. Is what I'm saying.
No.
Really a great example is fucking Darth Maul. He is a perfect example. His body got cut in half, and he still lived. Like, for fuck's sake. How could somebody live through that? But there he was. Still one of the greatest characters. So that's what I'm saying. Like, is death such a simple thing in Star Wars? And I'm not even going to the debate of Palpatine because we're just going to be here for another hour.
No, just stop. Just stop.
Uncanon
just
bullshit
stop.
we already talked about.
Well, that's why I'm getting into the possibility of Windu even remotely being alive. Because
he could.
Death is not a simple thing for Star Wars. It's not.
I feel like the only person Grogu could have sensed in the Force, if he's still alive, is what is their name? Seer and
Seer?
The dude you play as in Fallen Order. You know what I'm talking about? The ginger dude?
Oh, Seer.
Seer's the chick who was literally the only person in my knowledge that fought Darth Vader, and he was like, bitch. He just fucking Tinder swiped her. It's like, nope.
Yeah, her. If they're even ever, even if they are canon, is Disney going to allow video game characters to coexist to the?
That's the only person I can think of that's not Luke or Leia.
Well, them two, Leia, Luke.
Well, those are characters that have always been used throughout the entire thing.
Like, Windu could be alive, but because there's never been any mention of him,
and then
it'll be kind of hard.
And then somebody mentioned, how about Obi-Wan? I'm like, boy, Obi-Wan was busy at Tatooine. I mean, what is he?
But he could still sense, and he still did a few things, even though he stayed on Tatooine.
If it were Obi-Wan, If it were Obi-Wan, I kind of want to imagine, because they're saying they're about to start production of his show in Boston pretty soon.
Why would it be Obi-Wan? He's dead.
Oh yeah, that's right. At this point, Obi-Wan's dead.
That's true. That's right. Timeline so bad. All right, well, scrap that. But again, he is still getting his show. That's still true.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that.
Well, like, the few times he was mentioned in the comics, it was just mostly fighting the bounty hunters, eventually coming down to Darth Maul and everything else like that.
I mean, we already seen that at conclusion.
Well, we finally got to see that in Rebels, but then they finally did it in the comics, where it was like a brief mention about it. But,
are we rambling? I feel like
I got nothing else to talk about this week.
Well, like, the only thing with Mandalorian that I was gonna say before we went on, since they're basically talking about the Avenger team. The cherry on top would just be throw Ahsoka Tano in with that group.
They could.
Yeah. And that would just be the sweet cherry on top with everything else that's already going on. So it could eventually happen. So we'll see what happens. We still got 3 more episodes?
What if it's a new Jedi that survived Order 66?
No, we got 2.
2?
I think they're doing 8. How many episodes are we getting this season? Is it 8 or 9?
They never specify. They never specify how many there were.
Yeah.
So we either got 2 or 3 more episodes, which is sad.
Which means the next one, regardless, is a filler.
Probably.
How can it be a filler? We're just getting good.
But now they're going to have to track the ship.
They have to track the ship, and he was talking about going into the rebel prison to break out the one dude. Yeah.
What if they just skip over that? It's like, all right, he's with us.
I would say 3. If they show that, then 3. Because they're going to need at least 2 episodes to actually do the whole fight scene.
Yeah.
Because if they get him, it's like if the other Mandos are actually going to join, it's like you got to show him talking to him and saying, hey, I know where he's at, and whatever you're looking for is probably going to be with him. So how about you tag along kind of thing. So
yeah.
We'll see what happens. There's unfortunately a lot that could happen. So, and since Disney's pretty private on their stuff, there's unfortunately no leaks on it. So
our overlord, Mickey.
That's really about it.
Yeah.
Got any news for games besides Cyberpunk coming up?
Cyberpunk.
That's really all I'm waiting on.
Honestly, what I'm hating for Cyberpunk is, and I know these are just people that want to get clickbait views on their videos. It's like, oh my god, this game sucks, or it's gonna suck. That's what's pissing me off right now.
And this is why we made our page, is because it's more of a personal opinion instead of just baiting people and not getting something.
Yeah, you say Cyberpunk's bad and you don't have it. Fuck you.
That was
in terms of a little bit of Destiny. Still waiting for the Hawkmoon Exotic Quest.
Yeah,
that shit should have been released like weeks ago already.
Is this a assault rifle hand cannon?
The hand cannon.
Isn't
remember that? I think it was the first ever PS exclusive, like when it was on Destiny 1.
That silver one with the feather on it?
Yes.
That was my favorite one.
Yes. And
it was so good.
And someone just leaked its new skin. I think you'll like that one too.
Bro.
I will show it to you later.
Oh my god. No, dude, like, even though you quit at the time, that hand cannon was by far one of the best hand cannons in Destiny, especially when they nerfed the Thorn.
Yeah.
Like, I even had the Thorn. I threw that completely off to the side, and I was like, give me the Hawk. Like, it was just that good of a hand cannon.
It might still be if it ever comes out.
But at the same time, if I was able to look back at my Destiny 1 stuff, the hand cannon would be the most used weapon I have.
Yeah.
It was that bad. But it did the most damage, so.
Only thing gaming-wise I know about is me and you figured out the Destiny ban policy.
What?
When my buddy got banned for like 2 weeks from Crucible and Gambit for...
We figured it out?
Yeah, you get banned. There's no permanent ban. You're just constantly banned only for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but when... I know we were talking... Wait, when did we ever talk about this?
What did he do?
He had shitty connection.
Yeah, apparently...
apparently because he had shitty connection, they're like, you're banned.
His highest connection is like Red Bar.
I mean... The only thing I can think of is that he gets reported so bad for his he gets reported so much for his bad connection that
he's skipping so much. Fucking report him.
Basically,
we need to get White better connection.
He will, trust me. There's something in play that I can't speak publicly about with that about White.
Oh my god, I gotta show you something that he sent me that while he was playing Destiny. And I still can't believe today. I might as well say it now. And then I need to show you the proof. Apparently, he found, while he was playing Destiny, he found a player who was 320 season pass rank.
What?
Yes.
There's no way in hell.
And he took a screenshot and showed it to me. And now I'm still thinking about it today, just right now. I'm like, that's not humanly possible. Especially considering the timeline of this, how long this DLC's been out, that's not physically possible unless if it's a hacked account.
It had to be hacked because there's no.
Well, what makes it bad is that it's an Xbox, and it's not impossible, but it's not easy to hack into Xbox.
Well, no.
If it was on a PC, that's more believable. Whatever.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. My people are hackers.
But you know how easy it is to hack and cheat on PC.
Unfortunately, because of PC and the amount of mods that we see, come on.
I do know that. I'm just giving you shit.
It's like, come on. Like, even me switching over to PC little by little,
I converged.
I even know this. I
finally got you.
But even I know this as a game console user and seeing the amount of mods.
Yeah.
PC is like terrible on this.
Yeah. I'm not denying. I'm just giving shit.
But yeah, I gotta show you the picture later. It just baffles me. I'm like, even if you were to play 24/7 nonstop, it is still humanly impossible for you to get to that state. It's just not possible. Like who are you? Are you even human?
He's that one dude from Benchwarmers that's allergic to the sun. He has like a little Power Ranger fucking sword. He'd go and attack a Girl Scout for cookies. Puts his hand out, feels the sun. Ah!
You got a shit bucket.
Got a bottle of apple juice next to you, except it's not apple juice.
And that's where we'll end it there, folks.
Yeah, I think we're done there. So as always, stay nerdy. This is Alino.
Wiggly's death.
And Ghostblade.
And everyone have a great weekend, and we'll see you next